ball gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am your host, Gavin, and we are here with a full crew today. Nate from Singapore, not in Australia anymore, but still an Australian. How you going, brother?
Still fucking fair dinkum, my friend. I constantly remind people of it.
Hammo, how are you going, my man?
Going pretty good, man. It's a beautiful day here today. Having a nice refreshing beer, so looking forward to this, guys.
Cool, beautiful day down here in Melbourne too. In Melbourne town, it was a beautiful
ripper of a
weekend,
day. Ripper of a day,
which was nice. Speaking of beautiful days, of course, everybody's favourite piece of shit. Boyd, how are you?
Oh, fucking hectic, man. It's heckers. I got kids spilling shit on the carpets. I've got this one just catching a glimpse of me when I snuck off to do the pod. Caught a glimpse of me when the kids came in to get their fucking shoes. And then he cracked the nanny. So I just got to settle him a bit, and then I'll be with you boys, all right?
Yeah, any excuse for you to be late to a podcast as per usual, mate. Just pissing everybody off. This has been planned and perfectly structured for just hours and hours and hours, and days even. And this is how you repay us.
Perfectly structured.
Before we do start,
you're really going to go with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling with. I don't care what you guys come up with. This is what I'm rolling with. Everybody knows how meticulous I am. I am meticulous. Before we do start, on a serious note, just want to throw out there thoughts and prayers go out to one of our Aussie Suns Fans pod's brothers, the hottest free agent in Suns podcasting, Jake, who had a tragedy this week in his family. We love you, bruv. All sending our best wishes to you and hope anything that we can do for you, please reach out. Guys, if any of you want to make a comment there.
Look, it's a hard subject to talk about when you're so far away, especially. But yeah, no, definitely it's tragedy, man. And just to echo what Gav said, mate, we're all here for you and the family. We hope everything goes through smoothly, and can't wait to talk to you again, brother.
Love you, Jake.
Well put, Nate. Guys, first and foremost, let's touch on the big upcoming events that we have in Aussie Suns Fans land. Of course, the first of our watch parties will be hosted in Melbourne on the 2nd of December. We will be checking out the Suns versus the Nuggets at the, what's the place called? Boyd's gone, of course. Sporting Globe in Richmond. The Sporting Globe in Richmond. 12 o'clock start down there, 12 p.m. Obviously, the game kicks off at 2 p.m. So come and get nicely sauced up before the game starts, and then we'll roll into a bit of fun afterwards. The big announcement for us this week is we now have it confirmed that all 4 members of the Aussie Suns Fans will be in attendance at that opening watch party. So that'll be really, really exciting and a great opportunity to come up, catch up with us, and probably just hang some shit on Boyd collectively as a group. All of us could join in and we can just rain it down on him.
I think this is going to be fantastic. I think joined all in person, you, me, Hammo, and then just a rain of shit on Boyd is it's going to get better by the beer.
I'm not down for the picking on Boyd part, but I tell you what, it's going to be a ripper, man.
Hammo, don't come down and be a pussy, all right?
No, I ain't gonna be.
Collectively, we are big than Boyd.
And the good news is that even though Ash can't show up to the game, he's going to come and catch up with us after the game when he's finished cooking up a storm there with what's that joint called? He's
all the smoked barbecue.
All the smoked barbecue. Oh man, that's how my brain's
working
out on
Insta and on Facebook.
Absolutely. Go after he's finished cooking, he's going to come. What we haven't confirmed, but I feel like us three, particularly without Boyd here, should confirm is that those two are going to have a runoff to see. We'll put them 50 meters apart and have them just run flat out at each other and see who wins. I think we can confirm that, right? They made a bet.
Boyd still thinks he's going to win. That's fucking ridiculous.
This is
yeah.
Isn't this a nationwide deal we've got with this company? You might not want to fuck it up on the first go.
Who said we're still going to be? Who said we're going to? We still won't. We won't be at the Sporting Globe, mate. Ash isn't going to get there till a little bit later, so we'll just find somewhere else to do it.
Let's get into it. Is that your brother in the chat there, Gav?
That is my brother.
Where's the other street? What, Lygon Street? What, do it down the middle of that?
Yeah, we'll do it outside Parliament House. Right, right in front of Parliament House, Boyd versus Ash, the runoff. So this is my brother in the chat. Leroy, thanks for joining us in the chat. Feel free to fuck off, you Spurs scumbag. How much does it cost to fly from Australia to Arizona? Yeah,
too fucking much.
Bit of coin. At the moment, I think. And yes, I do. I drink like
the same as it costs to fly from fucking Singapore at the moment. Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, let's get back on track. First of the watch parties in Melbourne. All four of us will be there. Make sure you're coming down. I believe Cable's going to be there, who obviously was a big part of season one, was on our 100th episode. Trev's going to be there. Trev's been on multiple times. Everybody loves Trev. We're going to have a really good crew of our podcast team there. If only we can get Justin and Voida and the other guys that have jumped on the pod to fly down as well. You know, Justin's loaded. He should be able to get a flight to Australia tomorrow.
It costs a pretty fucking penny to change my flight, by the way. Fucking unbelievable. To move it 24 hours one day, what they fucking charge me, I could get to Melbourne and halfway back to Sydney.
We've got. Is there a ghost on the bottom right? We've got obviously a second one. Will be in Brisbane on the 23rd of December. Yeah, we know it's pretty close to. We know it's pretty close to Christmas. If anyone can get up there, I will be there. Obviously, Nate is coming back to Australia just for that. This is how dedicated Nate is to the podcast. He's flying back for the first watch party, and he's going to be at the second one. Dedication, Nate. Well done, mate. Yep,
absolute dedication. Got nothing to do with work. Got nothing to do with Christmas with the parents. It's all about the pod. Set and
wouldn't see that sort of dedication from Boyd. That's all I know.
Not at all. But we know where he lives.
Have you guys just been talking absolute fucking shit the whole time I was gone?
We've been trying to fill. We've been trying to fill because you've let the pod down again and fucked off. All right.
Well, it's pretty much what fanning the flames do for the first 10, 15 minutes. So, just taking a leaf out of Justin's book.
Yeah, Justin's just worked out how long it takes us to fly from Australia out to Arizona. My friend. 3 games this week. Three games this week. We were 2-1. Disappointing, obviously, the game on Saturday. But overall, look, we took care of Detroit in Detroit. Solid win, 120-106. We just snuck over the line against the Bulls, 116-115, and then went down 119-122 against the Lakers. How'd you see the week, Hammo?
Yeah, obviously not the best week that we envisioned. I thoroughly enjoyed the Detroit game. I did enjoy the Lakers game. The other one I didn't catch. I didn't get to see any. I've only got to listen to. But no, there was some bright sparks of the week. But overall, not ideal. But hey, it's still early season, guys. So just a shame we couldn't get a win on the first El Valle night with the new court and all of that. That was a shame, but we can only get better.
Someone's
Optimistic.
running their fingernails down a chalkboard again when you said that.
Nate,
Yes.
I mean, I've got a fair few things to say. The first thing I was going to say was I needed to eat a humble pie on my whole last episode where I pretty much shat on Eric Gordon for a fair chunk of change. And then he comes out and absolutely fucking kills it in the Detroit game. I called it the Eric Gordon apology show. But then in true form, 2 days later, he comes out and has an absolute fucking donut. Just typically inconsistent. Off the bench, dropped 6 minutes in starting times, but he hits 2 points, 1 rebounds, 2 assists, threw the fucking remote at the wall and went, yeah, he's back. And I dropped him from both my fantasy teams.
I saw
Immediately.
you do that.
Yeah, I've had a gut full of his inconsistencies. He's fucking gone. Look, I was disappointed with Nurk because everyone knows I'm really focused in on Nurk. I like watching big man basketball when the big man actually knows what the fuck he's doing, which is a nice change in our team. And the Nurk against Detroit, maybe not his best game. What do you have? Like 6 points, 4 rebounds, but still hit 7 assists. So he's still like when Book's not on the court, he's still like the assist leader on the team, which is fucking bizarre. Jeez, I went back.
Someone has to pass the ball to KD.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. I think we're going to get to that, aren't we? Looking at I particularly watched the Detroit game because I bitched on about assists and also offensive possessions on the last game. And, the starting 5 put up 23 assists against Detroit. And the previous game was only 15. So there's a considerable improvement in assists. I'm not saying that is the reason we beat Detroit, but looking at the 3 games overall, I thought the Lakers one was very disappointing. To be up the way we were, and then we had Beal and KD, we didn't really have a reason not to win that one. So to lose in the last half a quarter like that, and we may have only lost by 3 points, but it was really 6 because the Eric Gordon shot at the last minute didn't really matter. The Chicago game. I mean, I was looking forward to seeing what Torrey Craig did with Chicago against us in the starting lineup, and the answer was fucking nothing. Well, some of us, me especially, when cruised out of last season, we're upset about losing TC and Jockodile Dundee. Watching what he did against us made me feel a little bit better about the decisions that management made, I guess. Comments on LA. I didn't really make many because it was pretty fucking disappointing, but I did, again, I wanted more out of Nurk. 7 assists again, passed up that wide fucking open 3. I just think he should be a regular double-double machine with 6-7 assists every game, and he's warming up to it. But I guess the big story obviously is Beal. I mean, Beal came in and started a little slow, looked like he was on minutes restrictions for his first game. I think he played 23 minutes, and then extended that out. But if you look at the 2 games, we said he was going to be our point guard. He was going to be the distribution king, that his assists were going to be higher than they ever have been. He had a total of 6 minutes across 2 games, 54 minutes of game times, and he had 6 assists. So that obviously has to fucking change. But end of the day, we're not sitting great. I think we're in the play-in territory. All I know is the Lakers are tied with us, and we're going in against OKC, which we'll talk about, and they're sitting well above us on the ladder.
Boyd.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the standings, the ladder. This means fucking nothing right now. I don't think I'm not even looking at that. We put away a really bad team in Detroit. We put them away well. We didn't do it in how I would have liked it to have been done. We come out and saving grace of fucking Grayson Allen in that game against the Bulls, and he needed to have probably the best game he'll have all season for us to beat them by 1 point, and we should have put them away handedly, even with missing Devin Booker. I'm fucking over all the. It's there's truth to it, but I'm fucking over the just wait till we get one of these guys back. Oh, now just wait till we get the third guy back. Now, whilst there's truth to it, we still have the fucking cattle to be, like you look at last week, we have the fucking cattle to be beating the Spurs. We have the cattle to be being Detroit and the Bulls a lot easier. These should not be fucking as close as they are, and that's pissing me off. That game yesterday against the Lakers, fuck me dead. Like, I get that eventually we are going to be in a position where we are going to be staggering our big three at certain points, and we're going to be running. We'll be running most probably two of them for the most part of the game. Two of them at any one time, three of them for some time, and seldomly one of them at a time. And there's going to be a certain amount of staggering. But my thought process with what happened with the fucking Bradley Beal minutes, he played 32 minutes in that game, ramped up from 20, 23 or 24 the game prior. Okay. I didn't see him with KD on the floor enough. I don't think you should be staggering Bradley Beal coming back off of that type of injury too much. I think the extra attention that he gets, it just becomes an easy target for the defense. If he's out there with KD, at least it's an easier run for him. I would have been lining up their minutes exactly, and the extra that we get on the scoreboard, and we're going to lose a little bit more when the bench guys come in. Hopefully, one of them cunts can get in rhythm, but we're going to hopefully it sort of offsets each other. But man, like Bradley Beal went out there, and we were doing some to and fro, Nate, with some stats, because I know you're a stat head.
Mate, I'm waiting to hear it, man. I was looking forward to like all the prep you said you put in, and you showed me a little snippet, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, bring it. Hey, close the week out, man. I'm serious, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you
don't say a whole lot of intelligent shit, so I'm like looking forward to it.
I had a fuckload of hectic shit happen right before the pod, so it's actually on my fucking iPhone studio, my telephonic device here. So
fucking telephone.
That's why I was trying to work out how to go to and fro. But anyway, Bradley Beal. Oh well, thank you, Gavin. Bradley Beal, are you a bit sunburnt, mate, or are you getting really, really mad?
He's got some camping juice going on there.
You sound really good like that too.
Yeah, total really professional, leaves himself on mute.
Yeah, I got a bit sunburned while I was camping. Yes.
Sure. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, Bradley Beal came out, right? So he's coming back off his back thing. Fair enough. Minutes restriction. Fair enough. Don't care about all that, but he comes out and he lights it up 80% from the field in the first quarter. He was 60% from the field in the second quarter. He was 33% from the field in the third quarter, and he was 25% from the field in the fourth quarter. Fuck me dead. That second half, I think KD took 30% of the field goals in total in the second half. Bradley Beal took 15, and he wasn't fucking hitting. He wasn't hitting much. But yeah, look, and that's why, and there was a lot more staggering as the game went on. After the initial starting moments, when they were linked up together, there was a lot more staggering. I didn't like it, because Bradley Beal played his best, and he's going to get his best confidence, and he's going to play an easier game when he's with that type of guy, that Kevin Durant type. And it's just, I think that he would have been a lot more productive in them later minutes if he was with the fucking big dog the whole time.
You know what is staggering, Boyd? The
What's
fact that you put so much fucking work in for once in 3 years and then left it on your phone and hit record and can't get your notes out.
Oh, no. Yeah. Nate, there's a fucking heap of shit there. And and I'm not too keen to talk right into all of it, because at the end of the day, it's a small sample size, and it's going to change so drastically over fucking over the course of the season when we get some health back. But you know, the things
I liked a couple of the points you had in there, though. I could probably bring them up on my phone from what you said to me, but
bring them up, Nate.
You acknowledged a couple of truths, which was good to see. You keep talking, and I'll see what I can find.
I had to do this. I was decompressing, and I had to find some fucking clarity in the game because a lot of it's missed with the eye test with me. I like to watch stars and watch all this shit. But yeah, what actually pissed me off was Bradley Beal. Once he done that little fucking dance at halftime, coming off once he drove and scored a bucket on someone, like fucking good on you, mate. He done that little dance and then the Monstars took his powers in the second half. That fucked me off. Look, come on. Just don't fucking dance if that's going to happen, man. Look,
hey, Boyd, at any point when you're done, I'll just read out everything you sent me.
Yeah, ring some shit off, Nate.
I'll read it, and you can try to explain it because some of it doesn't make a lot of sense. First one was worst turnover. I imagine that's percentage average in the last 35 years outside of 15-16, where it was up 24% on last season. Okay, so that's we all know that the turnovers have been hideous, but it's nice to see it, to step back and see it from a higher level. And outside of that 15-16 season, this is our highest amount of turnovers per game. Small sample size, as I said earlier, in 35 years. Outside of that 15-16, and you know what sort of a squad we had in 15-16. But yeah, that's a 35-year fucking fucking hole that we're in. It's fucking it's scary. And your second point.
Yeah.
No, you finish.
Yeah, albeit we're figuring out a new system with 13 new fucking blokes. So, okay, we're taking our lumps to a certain extent at the moment, which is fine. But it's still fucking staggering. Like the average, like I think it's like 17 or close to 18 turnovers per game. 17 per game is what we're averaging. It's like, fuck me.
So last episode, Gav even made you backtrack on your comment about rebounding. And you've even got here most rebounds in the last 45 years per game.
Yeah, we are. And look, when we were destroying, and this actually backs what I was saying to a certain extent, when we were destroying the Lakers rebounding wise in the first half and a little bit into the third, it was making everything that much easier. It was making the game. Had that trickle down effect that I was talking about, because rebounding is a core fucking fundamental of the game, and you have to do it, and you have to do it well. And if you do it fucking spectacularly, it'll make up for other deficiencies. So that's where I was trying to get to with that. Now, fucking we're the most rebounds. Well, what was it? In 45 years, our highest rebounding.
That's what you said. That's what your notes say.
Yeah, they're probably right. But dude, in the fourth quarter,
which would make me right. Is that what you're trying to say there?
Gavin,
it
actually
would.
Talking about you, buddy. But look, in that fourth quarter, when we fucking fell into a shithole, what weren't we doing? We weren't doing what we were doing for the residual of the game, and the rebounding. Defense and rebounding. Fucking a la fucking Spazzo in the corner getting 3 fucking attempts at it.
Oh, that's Cam Reddish.
Getting it on the third.
Yeah, Spazzo with the corner, exactly.
Yeah.
Mate, your third point there was it echoed everything I said on the last pod, and then a bit of my recap here. Worst assist per game since 2019, down 6%, is what you've come up with.
Down 6% on last season, that was. And go into my opponent.
But worse since 2019.
Go into my opponent section, the next section down, Nate, and there's another what our opponents are averaging assist-wise.
Giving up the most assists per game in 34 years.
Yeah.
So
that's what we're
our
giving out
opponents
per game.
Against us every game are doing better than the last 35 years of their franchises. That's a pretty broad call.
Yeah. We have never let so many assists, given up so many assists per game in that amount of years. It's fucking mind-boggling. And we're doing a poor job of it ourselves. So my thing is, and Gavin, it talks to your point of the defense, right? It's we're not putting enough pressure on these guys. As soon as they get into a play and we have to start fucking switching and communicating as a team, we're fucking falling into a big pile of shit, and they're just getting an easy kick out to a fucking open guy for a bucket. And it's It's all stuff it's fixable, which is fucking great. And
Your
hopefully
fourth
this
point on
chemistry-
the stat outliers is you've got most blocks per game in the last 20 years. I'll give you two names for that. Nurk and KD. Nurk and KD.
I know. And again, small sample sizes, and it's largely to do with a couple of guys being injected into the squad, and it's but yeah, there's some anyway. But I'm pissed, man. I'm fucking so pissed. Were there any other nuggets in there?
Clearly you do your best work when you're upset, because I haven't seen you put this much effort into anything outside getting to Brisbane for a drink.
In my own head, I had to find clarity, and I had to find, because I was just in a rage, man, and it took me ages to decompress after this. Fucking Lakers are up on us 2-0. First game of the fucking in-season tourney. They're up on us. Got us 2-love, motherfucker.
We'll be relying on a fucking wild card to get out of this fucking draw the way it's looking. Jeez.
I don't give too many shits about the in-season tourney, but fuck, man, it's the Lakers.
Yeah, it's the fucking Lakers. Anyway, I'll stop reading your nuggets out, but that was I just wanted to make sure that all that work you put in got heard, Boyd.
Thanks, mate, because I'm incompetent and I can't write shit down.
Well done, Boyd.
I'm very proud of you. Congratulations, Boyd. I did have an opinion on this, but Boyd's spoken for 25 minutes, so I'm going to move on to the next part.
Actually, in fairness, he was missing for the first 8.
Okay, so he spoke for 20 minutes. This week in Suns basketball. Hey, guys, has Kevin Durant inherited the Suns officiating curse? Because I swear to God, that dude is what's happening to him at the moment on drives to the basket is illegal in most states, illegal in most countries. It constitutes assault, brother. What's your thoughts on the whole officiating thing at the moment? And is the trend continuing in your eyes? We complained a lot last season about it, but it just seems like it's still there now. Nate, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts are everyone in the fucking league are fucking crybabies. There's just so much whinging, even with all the anti-flop rules and all the extra measures they're taking to stop people flopping and crying and carrying on. There's so many fucking whingers out there just trying to milk calls and carry on like they didn't do anything. And I just find it suffocating as far as when you talk about when your stars go to the hole and they don't get their calls that they're used to getting. That being said, KD's missed how many games in the last 3 years? He hasn't really had, I don't think, his calls since he left Golden State. So it doesn't surprise me to see him missing a few, especially when he gets to Phoenix and we know that the refs just fucking hate us.
Hammo.
Yeah, it's what you're saying is right, Nate. I'm not going to disagree with that, but you're spot on there, Gav, too. It's like there's some shit I've seen happen to him that's against the Geneva Convention. Like it's just he comes out scratched up. They had to stop the game again. I think it might have been the Chicago game again because he was bleeding from his hand or something like that. You don't see that very often, let alone you don't see that without calls backing it up. So, yeah, definitely, I think we have inherited some sort of, at least it's not Scott Foster,
Fuck.
But
God forbid
we're not getting a lot of calls.
Scott Foster's only got a hatred for Chris Paul and
for Chris Paul, yeah. But even like the way that Giannis got teched up the other day for doing the too small thing,
that was
it was barely a taunt, man. Barely a taunt.
Who gives a shit if it is? Bring back 90s basketball. You actually fucking hit them. You can teabag a fucker on the court and get away with it.
Why aren't they? Oh, look, the taunting tech. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. The taunting tech's the most ridiculous fucking technical foul in
It's stupid.
NBA basketball. But
the step over, I agree. You can get a tech on that, but because that's just fucking disrespectful. But a little bit of a taunt when you make a good move.
You should be allowed.
That just opens the gate up for fucking have it done back on you at the next end of the court.
I think the step over is fine, but the person who gets stepped over, it should be allowed one free square up.
Yeah.
without
Kick in the
copping their
groin.
own tech.
Yeah.
Whatever maybe not a kick in the groin. That's definitely a tech. But
Patrick Beverley to
next time-
That's also
CP3,
trademark.
kick in the back.
It's also
next time they
trademark.
go to the basket, next time they go to the basket, that person's allowed to put them into the first row of the crowd or something with a foul.
Fuck
So
yeah.
yeah.
Clean up,
Boyd,
too.
Your thoughts? Is KD getting butt fucked by the refs?
No, I don't think so. I think there's been a couple of real blatant fuck ups by the refs in key moments, and it's made it all the more fucking hurtful for us fans. But for the most part, he's put this team in a position where we're shooting the most free throws we have in years and years, and we're actually giving up way less as well. So I think the whistle is actually overall is treating us nice. I don't think he's got the curse, but I think, Gavin, them heinous acts that were non-calls were fucking ridiculous. But I think the overall officiating on Kevin Durant has not been Suns curse-like.
I think you're wrong. I think it's absolutely been Suns curse. Like that game against Chicago was assault, brother. It was fucking assault. And then he gets the line
more than
That was home court advantage.
Yeah, but they were
fucking sure.
They had to call it eventually, like a couple of them, because Vogel lost his fucking shit.
Pretty
so
sure
they had to call
KD's right up there near the top of the league in free throw attempts for the season.
He should be well and truly in front of the league with the amount of contact that dude puts up with taking the ball to the hole. There is so many calls that aren't being made at the moment, and it's
basically, Gav, you want to see more sexy shimmy from KD?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Who doesn't want to see sexy shimmy from KD? It's the
just
jam
don't
right there.
just don't do the
What we
fucking
do.
Bradley Beal dance, whatever you fucking do.
Oh, fuck, that was
I liked the
hilarious.
Bradley Beal dance. I liked it. I'm not going to lie. I liked it. It was like the book rocking the baby for me.
Oh, I fucking liked
liked
it too, and I liked Booker getting really fucking pumped up on the sideline. I had a cut to him. I just didn't like the fucking aftermath. Whether that fucking woke the fucking beast that is LA or not, or what the fuck happened.
But how good was it to see a superstar enjoying being in Phoenix?
Yeah, it was nice.
Again, not the ones we bred, the ones we brought here.
This is another one too, right? This last play of the game, when Bill stole the ball, he stole the ball. It would have been just a straight layup. It was clean as hell. It would have brought the game back to what, 1 point?
Yep.
Which puts the Suns in a position to foul, put the Lakers on the foul line, and have a last shot at the game with a 3-pointer. Instead,
you want to talk about fuck ups though? Why the fuck is KBD taking the
ball.
last fucking 3-pointer to fucking square up the game?
That was a bit.
Why the fuck is he the guy getting the ball? You're better off with KD and AD and LeBron on him than giving it to KBD in the corner.
He hit a clutch 3 against the Bulls, which nobody complained about. So why?
Yeah, but no one thought it was
because we could hit a
Everyone
clutch
just like,
3 against the Bulls.
Hey, that's I think I noticed
it wasn't clutch because it wasn't like right at the end.
No, I know what you
Well,
mean.
well,
I know
it
what you
was.
mean,
There was a
mate.
minute and a half to go. It was one after we hadn't been able to score for like 4 minutes.
Well, the very last play then. Last play that we drew up got the ball to KBD.
the Lakers did a good job.
Yeah, might not have been
getting-
drawn up that way. It might have just ended that way.
Yeah, well, that's true. Could have been audible.
The Lakers did a good job in making the guys that they wanted to take the open shots. They did a great job on fucking putting us in a position to let Okogie and fucking Diop take them shots, and we're fucking letting it happen to a certain extent. And if we play Beal with fucking KD more, well, it'll be Beal or KD taking them shots more than
I'm just
KD
bitching and
being-
moaning because I'm not loving KBD in the starting lineup. That's why I'm bitching and moaning.
Hey, hot take.
I actually think
Crawley.
he's been all right, and I know that we had this argument in the chat the other day in the game where one of our members in there was absolutely raining it down on poor old KBD, but the fact of the matter is, KBD against DeRozan on defense was fantastic. And he did come up with a couple of really big moments towards the back end of that game. So I'm still okay with that, and we'll talk about the rotation a little bit more later on as well. But I think you've been a bit harsh on KBD. I've been impressed once he did get back in there for the role he's actually playing.
Yeah, no, I am being harsh. I'll admit that.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I'm going to change my opinion.
The Bradley Beal debut. How did it make you guys feel? Warm and fuzzy?
I actually got cranky at the minutes restriction. I kept looking because I had him for 6 assists, and I think he pulled up with 4. And I'm just like, get back on the court, man. You're the one fucking leg of my multi I need here. You're the one fucking leg on my multi. And they weren't putting him back on the court, and I couldn't get those 2 assists. And then when they did put him back on the court, he still didn't get the fucking assists. So, again, a little bit sour this week.
Boyd?
Sorry, what, mate?
Hammo?
Look, I wasn't expecting too much out of it. I think it was a little bit understated. There wasn't a huge amount of hype going into it, which is probably because of the minutes restriction, like you're saying, Nate. But it was good enough. I wasn't expecting him to go out there and get triple doubles and, carry the team on his shoulders first game back. So I think it was a good start. Having not known his game before he come to Phoenix and having watched a lot of highlight videos and that of him, it's going to be very, very pretty to see him get back to the Beal that he's capable of being, especially being put alongside people like KD and Booker, man. I mean, this is just going to be beautiful. It's going to be so pretty.
Boyd, Bradley Beal made his debut with the Phoenix Suns this week. How did you think it all went? Did it make you feel warm and fuzzy, Boyd? The Bradley Beal debut. Did that make you feel warm and fuzzy? Did you enjoy it? Have you got any comments just about that? I know.
Did you have a fresh tampon in at the time?
Every time.
Yes, Gavin, it did. It did for the clearly a lot of rust was on Bradley Beal. Them 2 threes that he hit really early, I was warm and fuzzy. That ball was zinging around the court beautifully between him and KD, and it gave us a sneak peek of what we have in store when it's all fucking humming along like it should. So yeah, it did. Even though he missed quite a few by the end of the game, and he didn't play as many minutes as we all would like, but it did make me feel warm and fuzzy, mate.
I'm very pleased.
Which is always
you,
a
Boyd.
good feeling.
Thank you for joining the conversation.
I'm really pleased that you were able to bring it back and understand what we're here for, to answer the questions that I ask. I appreciate that. Hammo, when's Devin Booker coming back?
I've actually, because we didn't pod this morning, and it's been a pretty long week at work, I haven't actually spent a lot of time on the research side of things. But from last time I seen, it was like calf strain or something. Is the official goings on, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He had an MRI and it revealed a calf strain.
All right. So what are we talking? A week, 2 weeks?
He's already been out for a week. There was talk that he'd be back for the Lakers game, and some of the guys in the chat could probably. Some of the guys in the chat could probably. They've also received other information, and I've seen a little bit that it's potentially the Minnesota game that we see him back. He won't play against OKC, but he'll come back for the mini game.
Well, we're going to get into that, but that's the game we're going to fucking need him for. Hell, fuck.
Boyd, what about you? Have you heard anything? Do you expect him back again against OKC or mini or what's your thoughts?
Dude, I think he's back tomorrow against OKC, and it'll be a few hours before the game. He'll start the game time decision to probable, from questionable to probable, and then it'll be he's fucking playing, and then we're all going to be like, yes, we get to see it for the first fucking time, and We're all going to have boners and fucking it'll be a great game. And then
KD will pull out just before the game for rest.
And then Josh
Oh.
Kiddey will come out and fucking light us all up. And
You can't use my move.
No. Look, I've got a funny feeling that the whole narrative starts in, like I said before, a few hours before the game, and I think it's more of a hope thing. I hope he's back for tomorrow. We fucking yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. Fuck all. My only source is fucking Justin, fanning the Flames.
No wonder your shit's all mixed up. Can we just call out what Ash said? We just got to call out Ash's original comment. Is like, fucking, is Boyd in a jersey? This is the first time I think Boyd's been in a jersey and a cap. It doesn't say fucking.
It's not a yeah, that's right. It's not a chicken jersey.
Righto, fuckheads.
Who's on that jersey, Boyd? I'm curious.
Yeah, man, Boyd, give us a little chest flex there. So
Who's on the jersey?
Boyd, show us the jersey and then tell us the story about how you got it.
Look,
my sugar daddy in Melbourne bought this for my birthday. He got it all the way from when he was over in Phoenix. He bought it for me and he brought it back. Took up part of his luggage and everything. It smelt like him when I got it off him, and it's something that I hold dearly to my heart. I love it, and I love him.
Sweet.
So that you haven't washed, but everything else we've seen in the background there. You're quite happy to do everyone else's laundry, just not your own.
I really wish he'd get a background eventually. Can you look into a background for our next show, please?
He's waiting for his next birthday.
I'll give you this one. Just double up and use mine, mate. Fuck.
I don't know how to apply it.
Nate, do you think we see Book sooner rather than later?
Look, based on the footage of him shooting around before the Lakers game, obviously sooner is the word. And when I looked at the games coming up, I thought, fuck, the mini one is the one that I think if we don't have him, we drop. So I really do hope he's back for the Minnesota game.
Yeah, I tend to. There was something that I read that it was Minnesota, and that makes sense to me. Calf injuries, they can be a bit of a tricky one. So if it means that he gets another 4 days out of it, because I think there's a 3-day gap between.
Yeah, I didn't write the dates down.
Minnesota.
I even stopped writing the dates down.
So there's actually a 3-day gap between OKC and Minnesota. So that sort of almost gives him another 4 weeks. So it wouldn't surprise me if he missed it. OKC.
I don't trust
you want to? Okay. You don't trust our doctors?
I don't trust
in
doctors in general when it comes to seeing a little blemish on a fucking scan, because I've looked at scans with doctors on my body,
and you haven't been able to see it.
I've seen shit that fucking worried me, and I said, "What the fuck's that thing over there?" And they're going, "Oh, that's nothing, mate."
Oh, wait.
But this
did the doctor say?
Over here,
did the doctor say this?
Trouble.
Did the doctor say this when you said, "What's that? What's that fucking thing?" Hold on, shut up. I really need to know the answer to this. When you said, "What's this thing over there?" Did the doctor say it's not a tumor?
It's not a tumor. Well, it fucking looked like a tumor, doctor. Doctor fucking.
It's a greasy thumbprint from his KFC he had for lunch.
Doctor, how long? His name's Doctor How Long. You go in and go, "Hey, I need a couple of days off work," and he says, "How long?"
No, I don't take days off work, mate. I'm fucking.
I love that, doctor.
Hey, but yeah, no, I just I've just seen them, and they're looking at shit, and I see other shit on them fucking same
frontal lobe
things, and I say to myself, that looks like something, and the thing that you're fucking worried about looks like fucking nothing. So yeah, I feel like sometimes they just look for shit just so as they can fucking sound intelligent. Sometimes.
We've now alienated that entire fucking sector of the medical practice,
which is literally what I do for a living, work in that sector.
All of Nate's customers just gone, fuck him. He does a podcast with a bloke who doesn't believe in X-rays or MRIs.
I don't think there's anybody at work knows about my podcast.
Nate, I'll show you some fucking some of them mammographs or whatever the fuck they are. And
On the
you tell
grass.
me what you think of it, and I'll tell you what I think
Did
of
you
it,
just-
and you help me
Did
understand.
you just call him a momograph?
Whatever the fuck they're called, man. Whatever they're called.
Let it go, Gav. Let it go. Let it go. I'll have a look at
What is
whatever
a
it is you're going to
monograph?
show me because
You
I'm
look
not
like
sure
a
what it is.
tomato.
It sounds like a graph that charts where mamas sit on the graph. Lucas' mama will be up there. She'll be-
I'll let you know if your
Should be
frontal
right up
lobe
there.
was growing a small penis. It's all right.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
for this bit of concern.
it's not his frontal lobe that's growing a small penis. Shout out to Kelly Oubre, who got hit by a car today and sustained some serious injuries.
Already released from hospital.
Ex-Phoenix Sun. He's been released from hospital, but it's going to miss a big chunk of the
Are
season.
you,
He was playing well.
are you
so-
kidding me?
Well,
What? No, dead serious. Yeah,
I
got
haven't
hit.
heard about this.
Yeah, he got hit.
And
oh
of
yeah, no,
course-
he got hit by a
And
car.
of course, I added him back to fantasy after last week's fucking pod, didn't I?
Of course you would.
Yeah, no, you.
Fuck's
I'd
sake.
take him.
Give him
I'd
a
take him
fortnight
back
off.
out.
Honestly,
Kelly, honestly, I hope you're all right, mate. Get better and fucking come on, man.
Honestly,
I
who
need
the-
all the get.
who's surprised that fucking Hammo didn't know about that? He didn't know about the fucking calf strain out Devin Booker had, for fuck's sake. Let
I've
alone
taken a few
Kelly
days
Oubre.
off, mate. It's been good.
fucking Jesus, come on. I'm not surprised. Come on,
Well,
Hammo.
in true form, we've spoken about nothing but shit for a long time already. This is great. Happy Sunday, motherfuckers.
Fuck Kelly Oubre, eh? There you go.
Yes, no, yeah, he got hit by a car into hospital. Serious injuries. Is going to miss a lot of
Tesla
the rest of the season.
puppy.
Okay, games coming up this week versus OKC 12 p.m. on Monday versus Minnesota 1 p.m. on Thursday, and then against Utah at 2 p.m. Saturday for our second game of the in-season tournament. How do you see this week going, Hammo?
Looking forward to it, man. OKC is always a fun team. Josh Giddey, he's just so versatile, man, and he loves competition. So hopefully it fits in great playing against our guys.
You have
Minnesota.
not been following your fantasy.
Sorry.
You
I've
have
told
not
you,
been
man,
following
I've
your
got a
fantasy.
couple of
He
days
is
just
having
chilling,
a
doing nothing.
shit week.
Oh, well, can only get better then. Minnesota, yeah, the Carl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker connection is always a bit of fun. They like to go a little bit further at it than most people. And, yeah, the Utah game, I'll finally actually be able to sit down and watch live. And, sorry, I'm just reading Joel's comment. Fuck you, Joel. That's the funniest thing I've heard in a while. Yeah, no, Utah, it was a good, nice sort of squash match last time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go with Nate because we know the answer to the last one.
Mate, I just want to send a big fuck you out to Voider. In the chat earlier, he was blowing his own trumpet that the only reason I'm going to kick his ass in our pod match, fantasy pod matchup this week is because he rested all his players. No, the fucking idiot has his Booker still in his starting lineup and hasn't realized how to sub out his fucking bench yet. Like, fuck. Seriously.
What a goose.
And let's be honest, the first game, I think every single player on our rotations, including Josh Giddey, had absolute stinkers. And that's why I come back to the OKC game. I've got us down as a W, obviously, but OKC are not performing at where I had them in our far too early predictions when we were trying to look for content in the offseason. Minnesota, I think that's going to be a difficult game because they are absolutely performing where you and I both thought they would be, Gav. They are, this season have to perform. National media is talking about Rudy Gobert being the Rudy Gobert of old, and he's actually got his game back.
He's going to
Anthony
shut down
Edwards
the
is
league with
always
a virus again, is he?
No, shut the fuck up. Don't even fucking jinx this shit. Anthony Edwards is doing his Anthony Edwards shit. I think minigame is going to be a fucking tough one, and we really need Book back for that. I just want to see a full strength fucking Sun squad against someone that's they're sitting second or third in the West. Third in the West. They're 6-2 and third in the West. So that's going to be a matchup that if we've got a full squad that tells us where we sit early in the season. And then the Jazz, well, I just fucking don't like the Jazz. They suck. They're down to 14th. that little blip in the standings they had last year. Well, they won't see that again for another 5 years unless they completely overhaul their fucking roster. So that's a W. So look, I've got us. If Book isn't back, I've got us at 2-1. If Book is back for the mini game, the Boyd in me says 3-0.
Boyd.
Speaking to your soul, Boyd.
All right, I'm going to go with a win against OKC, regardless of Book being back or not. And I'm going to go with a win against Minnesota, regardless as well. And I'm going to go with a win against Utah, because that seems to be the fucking right at the level that we can just go out there and just manhandle, right? So it'll be a repeat of the last flogging that we gave Utah. The most difficult one for us, I believe, will be OKC. They got a lot of length, and I think it's something that we've struggled with, that we may continue to struggle with. I'm hoping to see some Chimezi Metu and Nasir Little, actually, in place of some other guys. But, yeah, I think we've got 3 wins regardless, guys, as per usual. And I think that the OKC game will be the toughest.
Nice.
Frank.
Three and 0 from Boyd, and it's all going to be about Frank. I'm also going to go 3-0. I think this week is going to be the start of the Phoenix Suns' first 10-game win streak of the season. It will start against OKC. Well, then we'll beat Minnesota into oblivion because Karl Anthony Towns is a punk and Rudy Gobert is not back to the Rudy Gobert of old. And even if he was, it wouldn't matter because the Rudy Gobert of old is fucking shit. The Rudy Gobert of old can stand under the basket and block some shit. That is all he can do. He does not play offense. He's a fucking gap on defense. This team, if we've got Booker, Beal, and Durant,
you still had them finishing top 4 in your far too early predictions.
Yeah, I did because of one man, Anthony fucking Edwards. And that's only because they will trade one of Cat or Gobert. And I think that Anthony Edwards will take over this team. And Anthony Edwards is the Minnesota version of Devin Booker. I think he's their big hope moving forward.
Well, they've had a few swings to the fucking ball, haven't they?
He's already showed signs, though. He's far better than Wiggins will ever be. And look, I just want to see Edwards versus Book. I think that'll be an outstanding contest.
Third time
and
lucky,
Utah are
in the bat.
Utah are well and truly already tanking. So that one does not worry me at all. So, yeah, I'm going 3-0. I'm going to be another that excites Boyd.
Coda Kid wins Joke of the Week award.
What's that?
He says we're trading Nurk for Cat.
I'm not down for that.
The salaries won't work there. So,
No, Joke of the Week. That's perfect.
Yeah. Gents, the stock market. Let's go into the stock market.
Yes.
We got this right last week. I was so excited. I was so happy about it. I feel like it's a great thing. I'm putting together a piece for Brightside on the stock market. Voider, I apologise. It's a little bit late.
Stick your hand up for that too.
I did get caught up this week, and
I'm going to call you out
to
then.
you on time.
I'm going to call you out.
You will have it Tuesday. What?
Voider just wanted to borrow the segment, and you're like, no, fuck it, I'll write it.
Yeah, no, I was excited about it. Sorry.
Take Voss's advice too, Gav. Start with
when
me.
you find something good, you got to jump on it, man.
I am, Nate.
Not always content close to you.
I am definitely going to continue to start with you so that Boyd remembers, because I asked a question and he forgot in 35 seconds. So you can only imagine how much he's forgotten in the last week. So, Nate.
One's for you, Bossy.
I have added one that these guys haven't been able to prepare for.
Oh, okay.
But
on the cuff, off the cuff.
Let's start.
It's like drivel and dribble.
Let's start with the man who made his Suns debut this week, Bradley Beal. Nate, Talk to me. Stocks up, stocks down. Are you buying or selling?
It's very fucking simple. His stocks are up because he's back. Fucking bullet point. Easy. I'm buying because he has to be better than what he put on this week. He will continue to find his fit in the team. He will continue to improve those assists. I'm confident he will. What we saw this week was enough to say he's back. Stocks are up, but they're still at a price point where you want to buy more because they're going to get better.
Hammo. Looks like you're drinking out of a candle, Hammo.
It does
I can see that. I can see that.
Anyway, drinking
It's
hot
bourbon.
wax. I love it.
Bourbon, just so people know. Drink responsibly.
Hey, Hammo, off the record, or off the topic rather, what bourbon are you on?
That's just Jim Beam, mate. I have actually been enjoying these lovely new Big Shed Brewing IPAs from a South Australia company. So, yeah.
I'm on the
Big
Bullet
Shed Brewing,
bourbon,
guys.
The Bullet.
Hammo. Bradley Bill.
Aussie beer.
Stocks up,
Yes, I'm
stocks
very
down.
much.
Buy or sell.
Very much along the same lines as Nate. No big surprise there. His stocks are up because he's back. People are actually getting to see what their money's worth, and they will be buying more of that stock as well. So I'm the same. It is up, and I am buying.
Boy, delicious.
Yeah, look, I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow the same as Nate Dog. They're up because he's playing. They're up. They're not fucking through the roof though, and that's where I think that they'll end up being. So I'm going to buy again.
I don't think they're up at all. I think they're holding because everybody wants to see whether he can maintain staying on the court.
Hang on a minute.
So I'm going to say stocks are holding where they were, which is why I'm going to buy them, because I can already see signs of what this guy's going to be able to deliver as a healthy player as part of this Suns roster, particularly when Devin Booker returns. So I believe they're holding an iron
games. After 2 games, after not playing for the whole first, whatever, fucking 6 games of the season, now we're 8 games in, he's played 2. The stock hasn't risen at all since he stepped on the court.
I don't think they have yet. No. Personally, I couldn't say why they are.
It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly right. Nate,
I respect your position.
Jordan Goodwin.
Fuck this cunt. So I've got a big bold down on his stock. I spent all last episode talking about how shit he is at assists and distribution, how he's not helping ball movement. He's taken way too many shots and hitting fuck all of them. This week, he's done exactly the same. A complete week of donuts for assists. Not a single fucking assist versus the Bulls or the Lakers. He fucking stinks. His stock is down. And I have nothing to hold, sell, because I dumped them all last week, and there's no fucking way I'd buy any more right now. How about that?
Hammo.
Wow. I don't think his stocks have changed that much, considering the
Already in the toilet?
The knock that he took the other day. So I'm saying that they're holding, and I'm also holding on the current stocks that I have in him.
Boyd.
Yeah, look, I think they're. Look, I haven't really been really fluctuating too much on Jordan Goodwin, and I just think he's doing a lot more right now than he will be. So I think they're down slightly, but I didn't have them up that high previously, and I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold because I think it looks a lot different when he's only coming in for his little bursts of defensive prowess to lock a guy up, and I think that they will go up eventually, but down given what we're wanting from him and what he's putting out. I think they're down at the moment.
It's obvious what his minutes production is going to be. Because when he played against the Bulls in Bill's first game back, Bill was on the minutes restriction, so he played 23, and Jordan Goodwin had 16 minutes in that game. The next game, Bill's minutes went out, I think it was 31 or 33, something like that. It went out, and Jordan Goodwin's minutes went down to 6. So at least what we're seeing is they won't fucking play him if Bradley Bill's available, which makes me a little tingly.
Yes, stocks are down. There is zero doubt about it. He's not performing well as a backup. Defensively, he's still fine. Look, he's better than fine defensively. He provides plenty on the defensive end, but offensively, it's an absolute struggle at the moment. He can't facilitate. He's not a great shooter. Can he get better? Yes. Do I think he will? Probably not, because just from what Nate said then, I agree with. Well, I think we're just going to see less and less minutes from Jordan Goodwin as we move forward from here. So I am selling the shit out of everything he's got. His stocks are well and truly down. I wanted to a couple
You should have did that
ones
last week, you
haven't-
dickhead.
a couple of guys that we haven't done yet, or really done yet, that I'd like to talk about now. Kevin Durant. Nate.
Fucking easy one. His stocks are clearly up. He's single-handedly holding the fucking team together until this week. His stocks are just like Apple when they first came out. Well, maybe not when they first came out, but look, his stocks are up. What I'm doing though is I'm selling. Right now his stocks are up because Booker's out. Bill just came back and he still took a fair bit of the weight with Bill back. But next week we're going to get full bill minutes with KD. I think the load is going to get shared. I think the stock price will level or decrease a little bit. So I'm going to sell now while they're peaking, and I'll buy back later after Book comes back in and we see what his real input into the team is going to be.
Hammo.
They're definitely up. They're definitely up. I know Nate makes a very good point for selling now, but I'm just going to hold on to them for right now, without having a exact, more definitive timetable for Devin Booker's return. I'm just going to hang on to those stocks and maybe cash out a little bit later, closer to the Booker return when they are possibly higher.
Boyd.
They're definitely up. They're definitely up. I'm holding. I'm not selling. I just don't.
Because you like losing money.
No, I'm just holding. They're going up. They might come back down again when he's sharing with an extra superstar.
So why are you holding?
But I think ultimately they're going to, even after that, they're going to keep trending upwards. I think this product that we have in these three superstars, ultimately it's just going to become more efficient and it'll just keep screaming up. I don't think it's going to drop down to a point where you're going to want to buy again, Nate.
So fair enough, Boyd. What you're doing is taking the long game, which is great. Yeah. But we're going to hold you to the long game when we bring this conversation up weeks in advance, because you like to jump sides of your fucking fence every now and again.
I do.
So you're playing the long game.
I do, Nathan. Yes, I do.
Boyd never wants to sell anyone, let's be honest. Kevin Durant's stocks are well and truly up. It is great to see this guy fit, healthy, and playing great basketball. He's still efficient. He's Kevin Durant. It's great to see him being Kevin Durant in Phoenix. Stocks are up. They're at a peak right now before Book comes back. So I am selling and making all of my money.
There you are.
I have made a margin. I've made my margin. I know that they ain't going up no more, so I'm going to make as much money as I can off where he sits right now, because the blue chip stock is just about to return. Correct. If the blue chip stock goes down again, I'll buy KD when he's down and make more money. Nate, Drew Eubanks.
So I'm not going to get all analytical on this one. I'm going to go, my opinion on this one is just based on the eye test. My eye test says the stocks are up. He's not getting the minutes to support. Fuck you guys. Seriously, with your fucking studio at home. Like Boyd's figuring out what his camera looks like. Look, the stats don't really tell the same story as the eye test. That was my point. So I think his stocks are up because the 14 minutes a game he's getting off the bench, which is getting precisely and consistently, he's doing very well with them. I love the fit. I like what he does. I like the fact that if you had to move him into more minutes, he'd perform. So I feel his stocks are up. I'm holding the stock though. I'm not selling. I'm not buying. I'm still banking on Nurk. So for me, we need more out of Nurk, and if that's minutes, if that's production, the more we get out of Nurk, the less we ask of Drew Eubanks. So I'm not going to dump the stock because I think he's going to perform whenever he's asked, but I'm not going to buy any more because I want it from Nurk instead. So I'm just going to hold the stock, but my eye test says his stock is up.
Hammo.
Look, I'm going to say his stock is equal, but I will be buying for a few reasons. With the possibility of Nurk's history of being injury prone, knock on wood, I want to have some stocks in him just in case, call them rainy day stocks. But his production is fairly solid. I think we're just really starting to come around to it now. I never watched a lot of fucking Portland games. I don't know how many games you watched when we weren't playing them. But I like his game. But I think he's consistently been doing what he's doing. So I think his stock is equal, hasn't gone up or down, but I'm definitely buying in.
Boyd?
I think his stocks are up. I think he's bringing a lot of energy, and he's doing a lot better than I thought he was going to go. So I think they're up, and what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell them. I'm going to sell them now because I feel like we may, and this is my gamble, all right? This is a stock gamble, and I'm doing it with the benchy. I feel like we may start seeing some Chemezi soon, and I think it's going to. We might see Eubanks go down a bit, not due to him, any fault of his, but just due to some increase in Chemezi moments. So I'm going to sell, and I'll look to buy later.
You did say it was a gamble, Boyd.
That
is a gamble. That is a fucking gamble.
Hashtag Messi moments.
I look.
Nice.
I like it. I like the Boyd went outside the box. There's a reason I put Eubanks in here. Am I on a shelf here or out on a limb by myself that I am very, very excited about what Drew Eubanks is actually showing off the bench? I think his ability to move around the court is excellent. He's got really solid defensive coverage. His screen and roll work is fantastic. I'm really enjoying watching him.
He's super young too. I didn't realize how young he was.
And if we go back to what you said there before, Hammo, and it's going to lead into a little bit of your point and a little bit of Boyd's point. I actually think we'll see a bit of Chemezi Metu as well, but only because I think we're going to start to see some games where Nurkic actually misses and sits, because the wear and tear will happen with Nurk. And I think that the team's going to be more than confident enough to play Eubanks as the starting center with Metu coming off the bench in the background. So for me, everything I've seen from Eubanks, his stocks are up. They're absolutely up. And I don't think they're up where they should be. So I'm buying because they're slightly up, feeling like we're going to see a massive jump when we see starter minutes from this guy.
I respect that, Gav.
That makes a lot of sense.
We hold different opinions, but I respect where you're coming from.
Hey, that's the beauty of this show. We can have different opinions, call each other useless pieces of shit later when it doesn't work out our way, and everyone can call you out. Like when Boyd,
at least one person episode proves they're a useless piece of shit during the episode.
That's right. Like last week when Boyd said that our team's no good at rebounding, yet we've out-rebounded everybody.
And he provided the stat this weekend to prove it.
Yeah, he backed himself up.
Mate.
He backed me up himself.
Your
which is great.
perception.
Boyd,
Your
you've talked
perception
enough in
of
this
what I
episode.
say.
The next one that's going to a little bit of a surprise for you guys. But again, it's more because I want to make a bit of a statement on this and make some comments. Josh Okogie, Nate.
You just did this a couple of weeks ago.
I know I did.
Week 1
Off
and
the
week
cuff,
3.
I personally think his stock is increasing because I had a fucking dummy spit before about KBD, and I don't feel like he should be in our starting lineup. That's my opinion. No one has to fucking agree with me, especially you, Justin. Go fuck yourself. I feel like Okogie belongs in our starting lineup. I love his hustle. I love everything he does. I feel like what he's done since he got back to the bench has proven he has earned every minute he plays on our court. I'm going to say his stocks are up because they were previously down. Obviously, when you get moved out of a starting lineup to the bench role, your stock is going down. I think it's transitioned and they're on their way back up. I will buy the Okogie stock.
Hammo.
If my notes are right, we did Okogie on the first week and Okogie on the third week. Now this is a
And we're
fourth
doing
week.
it again. Well,
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Because I've actually got a record of it. Fucking took
I'm
care of
impressed
this
you
shit.
took notes.
I took care of this shit. Fucking oath.
Justin's going to be impressed. He loves notes.
And agendas and content.
Yes. Look, I think J.O.'s
They're not
stock
strays, Jay.
has-
We're throwing them straight at you, brother.
All right, shut up, Nate.
I think
Let Hammo
J.O.'s
talk.
stock's gone down. I think his stock's gone down this week, or since last time we evaluated his stock. But I am holding because I know what he's capable of. So yeah, I think they've taken a slight hit, but I'm not panicking. I'm still on the J.O. bandwagon.
Boyd.
I think they're tumbling down. I think last time we did this, or last week, I said he feels like he has the yips, and he's out there fucking giving us donuts, and he's yipping. I can hear it all the way here from fucking Brisbane. He's got the fucking yips big time. So I think he's tumbling. But I'm going to hold because I think it corrects later on in the season. And I don't want to sell while they're this low. I think that he's in a position where he gets. I think we start seeing a little bit of Nasir Little, in place of some Okogie minutes. I think he's doing that bad. So I think he's tumbling, and I'm still holding.
Boyd, I completely disagree with you, but what I love about what you did is you actually understood both sides of that trade. You said his stocks are tumbling in your eyes, and in your eyes, you're like, fuck it, I can't sell now because they're too fucking low. I'm just going to sit on this shit. I love that.
Boyd is starting
glad
to
I've
get
got
the
your
stock.
approval.
That was a fucking compliment, cunt. Just so you know, okay?
I'm just
Boyd. Boyd is starting to understand the stock market. No, I love it, Boyd.
This segment
really,
is getting better, Boyd and Gavin.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Boyd. You've got nothing but love from me. Okay, so Josh Okogie's stocks have fallen significantly. I am selling the shit out of them because I don't think they will rise again. Josh Okogie is a liability on the floor, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, Dan Marley hustle.
When opposition teams are going double up different guys because that guy over there can't shoot and they leave him wide open and he can't get it anywhere near the fucking basket. Someone made mention before, and I think it was Voider. The difference between the Lakers and the Suns were we left Cam Reddish and Rui open. They hit their fucking wide open shots. Josh Okogie bricked the fuck out of him. We cannot have, with this team and the way we're trying to structure it, we cannot have a complete and utter impotent defensive liability on the floor. His stocks have dropped, and I am selling them.
Hey,
I love Josh. Josh, I love your hustle. I love your hustle on defense. I love all of your energy, but you are well and truly, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more in a minute, but I'm selling, and I'm getting the fuck off Josh Okogie stocks.
Gavin, I'm sorry, mate, but I'm going to create the motion to have you removed as the president of the Josh Okogie Appreciation Society.
I knew that was coming.
You do not deserve to be at the head of that table, my friend.
You have spoke out of school.
I knew that was coming. And look, I know that next week after Josh Okogie comes out and does some shit, to be honest, all I'd like to see Josh do,
he's going to be your Eric Gordon.
Instead of sitting on that 3-point line and taking that shot, Josh, know your limitations. He actually penetrates the basket quite well. I'd rather see him take the ball to the hole.
I knew you'd go there, Boyd.
I'd rather see him take the ball to the hole. He passes the ball pretty well. Take it to the hole. Take it to the hole. Dish if you have to, or hit the basket. But if he starts doing that instead of sitting and opting for that 3-point shot, he's just not a good 3-point shooter. Start penetrating to the basket, and your stocks will rise again, and I'll look like a fucking idiot, Josh Okogie, and probably lose my presidency, all because of this. But when you see this and you switch, I'm going to take credit. That's all I've got to say.
Gav, I want to throw something in there. Let's have a quick chat. So Josh has lost his starting lineup shot because he can't bury the corner three.
Okay, can you wait 1 second, and you'll see why. You'll see why in a second. All right.
Okay. All right.
We're going to move on to questions without notice, and the first question comes from our friend, Mr. Darth Vader, who said he was spending. He took time to cultivate a question as so not to piss Nate off. So here's his question, Nate. And you can go first because we were just about to talk about it.
All right.
How would you navigate rotations with Okogie moving forward? Who should be on the court with him, if at all?
All right, let me start or preface whatever fucking word you want to use, because Boyd will have to go get a thesaurus anyway. So the three guys we brought in, like I'm going to hold four fingers, I'll hold 3 fingers up. 3 guys. So we had Josh, KBD, and Yuta as the 4th wing on a starting lineup. Who do we put there? And we haven't flirted with Yuta, and it's very obvious that everything you said last week about his D and everything we saw about him trying to defend LeBron in the Lakers game, it's not getting any better. So he has got a better, I believe, 3-point shot than both KBD and Okogie, but then you turn out a defensive liability on the wing. KBD, I'm not impressed with, but I understand why all you guys are saying he's like the better of the 3, given that you're all down on the Josh Okogie Society. I also believe Josh Okogie is not a reliable 3-point shooter. I wouldn't want to put the fucking ball in his hand, but I love watching him on the court because the one thing that he lacks in, he makes up for everywhere else. So, I mean, if you're looking at the 3, I still feel like you got to give him a few more games in the starting lineup. I wouldn't mind seeing Yuta in the starting lineup against a weaker opposition, where there's a consensus of, hey, you know what, these guys, like a Utah game, where they suck, they're on the bottom of the ladder, we can afford to expend a little bit of gap and try something out. I wouldn't mind seeing Yuta in the starting lineup against Utah just to see what it looks like. As far as the question goes in rotations around fucking Okogie, I don't believe that's a good question, because why would you control a rotation around Okogie when he's the last, or that position is the last cog in the piece? You know, it's like it's who do we throw in? It's not like, oh, Okogie's in the court, who do we put around him? Fuck that.
Hammo.
Sorry.
No, look, I agree with most of what you said there. It would be nice to see, especially early in the season, fuck with it a little bit. You know, mix it up a little bit. Put Yuta in there to start one time. But, you know, Vossi says it best in the chat there, man. Just leave the guy alone. Let him work his own kinks out.
I'm going to address this in a minute with Vossi. Me and Vossi are about to go head-to-head. So keep going.
Oh, well, you're going to head-to-head with my little head sticking behind from his going, hey, yeah, what he said.
I'm getting on Vossi's side of the fence with this fucking argument.
Yeah. No, look, he just let him grow, let him find his feet. It's still new. Yeah, it's a totally different team to what we had last year, a different system. We're only a couple of weeks in, you know. But definitely, I'm also open to seeing some change within the, not because of his lacking, but just because of you never know what you got until you give it a try, you know.
Boyd.
I'm going to get in your corner here, Gavin. One of the very few times I do it this.
Ooh, Skippy.
And I'm gonna be behind you. I'm going to be pushing you into fucking Vossi
and that's just after the first watch party.
I'm going to be pushing you into him, saying, "Yeah, fucking get him, Gav." No, I think we put Baby in the corner. No one puts Baby in the corner, but this time I think we put Baby in the corner, and I think he sits out a couple of games. Like I said before, I want to see Nasir Little get a bit of his burn.
I do want to see a bit of Nas.
Hey, very
fucking shit on our old players.
Listen, though, Boyd, don't say you're in my corner and then mention fucking Nasir Little.
Hey, well, okay. Well, then I'll jump in someone else's corner when you start shitting on Nasir. That's all right. I'm a fucking mercenary. Hey,
we're going to be an episode of Four Corners in Melbourne right here, all at Gav's place.
Hey, but I think here's what I think. You know, there needs to be a subtle wake-up call, and I think you're right. He needs to start penetrating to the butthole and getting them fouls, getting them and ones. You know when he really came into prominence with the Phoenix Suns and got some regular rotation minutes, you know how he did it. It wasn't through fucking hitting 3-pointers. It was because he took it to the hole and he drew fouls and he did all them things that we needed. So the simple things, right? Probably not simple, but he was doing them. And I think he should go back to that for a while and then and prove his worth again. But you know what? I think there's going to be a few roundabouts like this where players go in and out of the rotation like this, just that fifth man. And I think Okogie will have every opportunity to win his time back. And I think he can very, very well do that. But I think that's what we do moving forward.
All right. Vossi, just stop fucking with the guy. He plays well and earns it. And one cold game and we yank him. Just let the man find consistency. Damn. This is not one cold game, Vossi. This happened last year in the playoffs. It has happened multiple times already this season. The dude can't shoot threes. If opposition teams are going to play 5-on-4 and leave this dude standing in the corner and he can't hit that three, I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be on the floor. It's not like he is stopping guys cold on the other end of the floor defensively. His hustle is great. I love seeing he's a ball of energy. I love it. But he needs to come off the bench and he needs to not be on the floor in any circumstance at the same time as Jordan Goodwin. Because we cannot have those two players. Someone said it before, Jordan Goodwin is a Kogi Aldi version.
Oh, I fucking love that comment. I fucking love that. He's the Aldi fucking discount aisle version in the middle.
For those international viewers who aren't too sure about Audi, it's like buying something off Wish.
Like what?
Buying something off Wish.
Josh Okogie is and look, I get it. He shot 40% from three over a 3-month stretch last season. Yeah, having 3 shots a game. Whoop-de fucking do. What happened in the playoffs? He lost that much confidence in his shot in the playoffs that a wide open layup he turned around and passed out.
Probably listening to rants.
Gav. This is a professional basketball player, and we've given up on him.
Okay.
At the point that he, no,
Steve, this is
the
wrong.
Fucking sentence
But it's wrong.
We've given up
That's
on
not
him
what I'm
sitting in the
saying.
corner and shooting threes because he can't shoot threes.
Correct.
Why not
That
ask the
we have.
motherfucker, if you get the ball in the corner and you're wide open, don't fucking shoot. Take your space, dribble, drive, switch up a pick
Isn't
on
that what I
somebody
just
else,
said?
switch defenders, then pass the ball to someone that can actually fucking shoot. That doesn't
Isn't that what I
change
said?
his value on the court. It takes away his liability as a shooter. You still leave him on the fucking court.
That's
so
what
that
I'm
he can do
trying
everything
to
else.
say, Nate. That's
But
what
you
I'm
don't
trying
leave
to
him on the
say.
court in what you're saying.
No, hold on a second. The only thing I said in this rant was don't put him on the court with Jordan Goodwin. I'm more than happy to have him on the court. We have to play Josh
Dump
Okogie.
all his
just for
fucking
his hustle.
stocks as a starter, as everything
I
else.
dumped
You're
his-
like,
I dumped his stocks
he's
'cause he wants-
terrible.
He wants to sit outside and shoot threes at the moment. So I'm dumping it. If he's not
Tell
going
the
to
coach
change that
not
up,
to. That's why we've got a coach.
okay. Josh, don't do it. Now I told him. And next game, he's still going to do it and miss them. Penetrate to the basket. You add value to what you're doing. But
Loud
basically,
noises.
Boys just laughing at the word penetrate.
this is everything. This is
I hate it when
everything.
mum and dad we fight.
Hold on. This is everything that everybody fucking rains shit down on Landry Shamet for. Everything. Why? Because Landry Shamet, the expectation of Landry Shamet is he needs to be a flamethrower three-point shooter. But
That was
Josh
the
Okogie
only
shooting
thing
as many
that-
fucking threes. Landry Shamet was a solid defender. And in the NBA defense, nobody fucking plays it anyway. If we can get Okogie penetrating to the basket with either finishing or kicking and dishing, no, fuck you, boy. Then I'm good. But he's just got to give up this fucking
steal something
charade.
out of Jake's book? Josh, could you blow me? I just want to say it on the pod. Love
What's
you,
the
Jake.
next topic? Question. Whatever, mate.
Okay, Boyd. The next question. Do you see the Suns making a trade before the deadline? If so, who and who for?
Do we see making a trade for them?
I mean, the deadline's a long, long way away. We're talking February
Okay,
next
after
year or
all,
March
so
next
I'll
year.
Yeah.
Let's go way too early predictions on whether or not you think the Suns will do something with a potential trade. This again, questions without notice. This one was from Midge. Thanks,
Fuck, I
Midge.
said it last week.
Yeah, but do you think anything will happen, Hammo?
Does it have to be just a trade, or could we sign a free agent? Like,
Just a
obviously,
trade.
we'd have to drop a player.
The
But is
question's
this-
a trade.
is-
Well,
This is just
it's
trades.
a trade. The question's a trade.
Look, I think we will. I don't think we've seen the final roster yet, but I couldn't tell you who it's going to be. You know, no. Look, I don't want Elmer Fudd, please. I don't know. It has to be centered around that point guard thing, and that's why I was saying if it has to be narrowed to a trade, because the option for John Wall's still up in the air. I mean, he's talking about playing for Melbourne, so he's definitely looking to play somewhere. I mean, he owns Melbourne, so it's not about the money. But yes, I don't think we've seen the final roster that'll take us to the championship this year as of yet. But I can't answer the second part of that for you. Sorry, Mitch.
Boyd.
No, I don't. At this stage, no, I don't. I just haven't seen enough of this squad in its full flight. So at this stage, I'm going to say no, keeping in mind that we can't package multiple players to get one player back at the moment, given our second apron issues. So at this stage right now, seeing so little of what it is actually going to be, I will say no. If any moves at all, it'll be the fucking a guy getting cut and maybe a guy picked up at some stage.
Nate.
I absolutely think there's a trade happening. I am 100% in on the we need a better point guard than fucking Jordan Goodwin. I'm not going to change my rant from last week. I don't think it's going to come from his free agent signing. I think they're going to go after people. I think Steve had a nice little point there with TJ McConnell. Not so much Elmer Fudd. I don't think Caruso's coming anywhere near Phoenix. But I do think that they are still looking at TJ McConnell on our second unit. There's plenty of rumours around that they've tried. I don't believe they'll give up. I don't know if that's the absolute name, but I do believe there's a point guard coming to Phoenix via trade before the trade deadline.
You get that feeling, don't you?
I fucking do. Too many gaps. We spoke about it at length. We had a whole segment called gaps. That's my opinion.
No gap.
Yeah,
penetration and gaps, buddy.
I think the front office has already shown that they're willing to make moves. Would not surprise me if they do. The TJ McConnell thing makes sense. I could see that happening. What about any chance we can trade Nasir Little to Atlanta for Paddy Mills so we can get an Aussie back
Fucking love that
on the score?
Better than Jordan Goodwin. Fuck.
Hey, bit of fire from 3-point line. Put Paddy and Yuta out there and just watch the
Is he capable of running a full-time point guard position? I don't think he is.
Well, he wouldn't be a full-time point guard position. We wouldn't be trading for TJ McConnell.
Fucking boomers.
No, yeah, nowadays.
We would not be trading.
He still is
for
the
TJ
captain
McConnell.
of the fucking boomers.
Doesn't mean he can do what we need.
Hammo, we are not trading for a starting point guard. There is no way. They are running with Book and Beal.
Yeah, okay, so that's
he
what you're
doesn't
talking
need
about.
to be a full-time.
Yeah, Joel, no fucking way, shut up.
Go, Joel. Yes, Joel. In my bottom,
Definitely,
Joel.
let's bring Ben in.
The money does not work.
He'd be fantastic. No, the money does not work. We can't trade Nasir Little for
Oh,
Ben
thank
Simmons.
God the money does not
just
work.
got rid of one lazy cunt. We don't want another one.
We got more.
Two more, sorry. Are you still confident in our championship chances, or are you concerned that injuries will prevent us from developing chemistry? This question's from Joel, I believe. Honestly, you're asking it on a Suns pod. I've got a feeling the answer is going to be the same the whole way around, but let's give it a go anyway. Nate.
No, I'm concerned. After the whole episode with the gaps last week, looking at the injuries, and not just us, but looking at the strengths the other teams are getting. Like Boston are getting stronger. I didn't think Boston would look as good as they did. They're getting stronger. I just feel like we've actually got more competition than I first thought we'd have. I thought our offensive weapons would just literally blow shit out of the water. And I didn't think people like KP would actually have an impact on another team ever again. I thought, looking at Boston, I thought what they overspent on, what they got rid of, I thought that was a fucking nightmare waiting to happen. And somehow it's working. They're good. Philly, fucking hell. All the shit that Philly have done, they're still at the top of the East. Fuck me. There's enough. There's enough.
So Nate's worried.
There's reason for concern. There's reason for concern. The Mavs actually don't worry me that much because they're fuck all depth. Like once they're fucking starting,
you wouldn't have thought they would be where they are.
No, I actually think I predicted them to be exactly where they are.
How about you, Hammo? What's your take? Before Nate,
Boyd's taken over. Boyd's taken over.
No,
thanks everyone.
Nate, before Nate talks about every single team in the fucking league.
No, look, I'm always concerned. I'm concerned up until that last second clicks over in the end of the fourth quarter because you never know what's going to happen. So I'm always concerned, but I still think we are a championship caliber team, and I think that with the team that we have on the right day, not the wrong day, obviously, on the right day, we can take home that championship easy.
Boy.
No, I am in no way, shape, or form worried until I see a fucking Achilles or a fucking blown ACL or a PCL or a major fucking injury outside of a soft tissue injury for one of our superstars. Fucking, that's it. Full stop. Not concerned.
I'm with Boyd. Ask me after 25 games. I'm not going to form any opinion after 8 games. And we have not had our best 3 players on the court together yet. So I'm more than happy to wait until we sort of get to 20 to 25, even 30 games before and getting a major injury before I get worried about any of that sort of shit. So Yeah. Gents, how about we play a little bit of Who Am I?
Fuck.
We know we have started this game. It's been pretty good so far. 2 weeks. We have the guests / chat at 4 points, equal at the top of the leaderboard with Sir Hammo on 4
Put
points.
your phones away, everyone in the chat. No cheating, fuckheads.
No cheating. People in the chat will be very disappointed. Nate
Yeah,
will
fuck it.
shake his head at you. And, of course, we have Nate and Boyd on 0 points each because, well,
We're losers.
they suck at this game. Are we ready, gents?
Played once, you fuckhead.
Pin 1. I was born in Torrance, California on November 30th, 1950. If you do guess and you're incorrect, same for the chat. You cannot answer until last on the next round. So
right,
be very careful putting it up.
Next question.
Nobody
before they
having a
Google it.
go. And we'll move on. I was selected in the 1972 NBA draft with the 10th pick by the Boston Celtics. And the chat is now banned from answering until the end of question 3.
That is
or hint
stupid
3.
fucking response. What the fuck?
Because Steve guessed this, which is incorrect. So
It's also
no
idiotic
one from the chat,
birth year.
nobody from the chat can guess again.
I'm guessing that was
until
sarcasm.
the end of
from
question
Steve.
3.
It's not actually that dumb.
Is anybody having a go at this? It looks like Nate's. Hammo, we can see the reflection of your computer in your eyeglasses. You're googling this,
22.
and you're on mute.
No, I'm not sorry, mate.
Hint,
Definitely not.
hint 3. Yes, Steve, you banned the whole chat until anybody in this group has a guess. Hint 3. My playing career included stints with the Boston Celtics, the Phoenix Suns, the Seattle Supersonics, and the New York Knicks.
I got
And
it.
Joel has just banned the chat again until the end of hint 4.
I got
Give it
it.
to Boyd.
Boyd wants to have a go. Boyd, tell me, who is it?
It's Eddie Johnson.
Incorrect, Boyd.
Fuck you.
Chat, you are not to guess. It is also not Dennis Johnson. You are not able to guess until the end of question 4, chat. Hammo, Nate, you want to have a go at that? Or you want happy to skip to the
EJ
next
is actually
one?
not that old.
Here we go. In 2019, I was inducted to the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
Is it
Hammo
Hersey
or
Hawkins?
Nate? Are you having a guess, Nate?
Yeah, I'll just throw it out there. Is it Hersey Hawkins?
No, it is not. You cannot guess until the end of question 5.
Fine.
Hammo. Okay, chat, you can now have a guess if you'd like. And Boyd, you can now have a guess.
Walter Davis.
Incorrect. You cannot guess until the end of question hint 5. Anyone in the
Yes.
chat? We'll
Sorry,
go
yes,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one in the chat had a guess. Last hint. I coached the Phoenix Suns to the 1992-93 final series. Nate or Hammo?
Paul Westphal?
Correct. Nate picks up 5 points. 4 points.
Well done.
1 point, actually. 1 point. Sorry.
Well done.
And good on Mitch for picking up my Connie and Hersey fucking mix up there with my last guess.
Nate
Well
picks
done,
up
Nate.
1 point, moves into 3rd on the leaderboard. And Boyd is the only person competing in this competition that has
I
not
think that's
scored
the
a
first
point
time I've
as
got
of
a
yet.
point in any of your competitions, Gav.
It was Paul Westphal. Thank you for playing. Boyd, I know now that you're on 0 points. You desperately need this.
I would kill everyone in this room for a drop of sweet beer.
So, Homer, please feel free to tell us anything.
Who do you want to have a beer with, Boyd?
Oh, fuck. Man, I want to have a beer with Grayson Allen after his performance, lighting it up and giving me a 3-hour boner, 2.5-hour boner. Grayson Allen, for sure. For sure, Grayson Allen. Man, what a lovely sneak peek into what he's going to be doing as a guy that's got miles of room around him on that 3-point line, which is fucking days and days, dribbling it 3 times, hitting fucking. Oh, it's gonna be so nice when Book's back and he's just there, adding to the fucking pot of points. Can't wait. So yeah, Grayson Allen for me, mate.
Lovely, mate. Hammo, who do you want to have a beer with?
I want to have a beer with dude from our group, Dane Thornton's. We all know Dane's a character.
Fucking oath he is.
He's a real cool. I love this guy, man. He's really cool. He's heading into town the other day and he had like a half-hour drive, so he just calls me up. Hey, Hammo, what's going on? That's just fucking awesome, dude. Like he's a cool guy, man, and I haven't got the chance to meet him. He was trying to work out what Brizzy show's coming to and that. Sorry, mate.
He says some outlandish shit in the chat.
Oh yeah, he's a one of a kind, man. He really is. So yeah, I want to have a beer with that brother.
I can understand that. Mine's completely fucking random, to be honest. There's no reason for it. I was just sitting there playing 2K the other day. I'm like, what player I really miss fucking playing with? And then I was like, I used to fucking like watching him play as well. And I bought his jersey. Fucking Gerald Green.
He was so much fun on 2K.
Completely fucking random. But I just read him like, he won the 2007 dunk contest. He was a 2013 member of the Suns. He is now playing, believe this, he's now playing in the Big 3 comp. He's the captain of a team I can't even fucking pronounce. Bavuk. I don't know. The coach is Gary Payton, like the glove. He was a player development coach in Houston a couple of years ago. And I had, do you guys, this is the throwback part. Do you guys remember that one year when we had the really shit alternate jersey, which was the orange one with the sleeves? It was a fucking T-shirt as an alternate jersey. I have that in orange with Gerald Green, 14.
Nice.
And I was just like randomly playing 2K this week. And I fuck, I wish I had Gerald Green on my team. It was so much fun. So that's my beer with for no reason other than it's completely fucking random and it ran through my mind this week.
Perfect.
I like it. I want to have a beer this week with everybody at the first ever Aussie Suns Fans live watch party in Melbourne on the 2nd of December.
How can you do that this week? It's not happening for 4 more weeks.
Okay, I just want to have a beer with them, Nate. I'm going to plug the shit out of this every opportunity I get, Nate. So get ready for the next few weeks being about everyone at the Melbourne watch party, and then it'll flow on to everyone at the Brisbane watch party. Correct. So I know you guys will be rolling your eyes by 2 weeks' time. Mate, you'll get over it.
Gav, actually, remember when I got invited onto the Insight Fantasy Sports pod to do the Phoenix Suns preseason fantasy pod? I got invited on again today, and I was like, you know what? No, one pod's enough today. But Maddie said to me, look, let me know when you want to come back on. We'll talk some Phoenix stuff. So I'm gonna go back on there, and all I'm gonna do is talk about the watch parties. Why not, right?
Love it.
Let's use his platform and see who else we can get there.
Damn fucking straight. We want fans from anywhere. We don't care. Everyone rock up. It's bigger photo for us. Hey, boy.
Time for the flog of the week. And trust me, they are ugly. Very unattractive. Google their face when you're done here.
What's your point of the week, boy?
The refs not calling Anthony Davis 3 seconds in the key, which lost us the game. Ultimately, pissed me off. Thank you, Justin, for bringing it up live, and then it being confirmed in the last 2-minute report. Yeah, that was frustrating. Something I didn't see during the game, but when Justin shared that thing, I was like, fuck. It just pissed me off. So, yeah, fuck you, refs. Cunts.
Hammo.
It's going to be to the prick that ran over Kelly Oubre. Fuck you. Seriously. I just put him back in the fantasy. I hung on to him for years. And it's like, nah, need to let go. Need to let go. Finally put him back in last week. You fucking run over him with a car.
Nate,
Fuck me.
I can run over him with a car. Yes, Nate.
Mate, I'm expanding on mine from last week. So last week's pod, I had James Harden as my flog because, well, obvious fucking reasons. This week, my flog of the week is the entire fucking Clippers organization. So it's no longer just James Harden. It's the entire fucking organization that brought him in. It's good. I just love it. I love it that they're just fucking literally finding new ways to burn themselves from the inside out. Since he's got there, they've gone 0-2. They lost their in-season tourney game. They lost against Brooklyn. And in the first game that James Harden played, PG had his first absolute fucking stinker for the season. So, yeah, my flog is the Clippers. Go Association. Woo!
Very nice.
Bring it home, Gav.
I've
The squealing child.
it's everything's falling apart. What's Boyd doing?
He's having a drink of water by the looks of it.
My flog of the week. My flog of the week is an ode to our friend, so says Jay, Justin from Fanning the Flames. And it's Byron Spurl for not listening to him. This man has put all the work in to email this head of the referees for the NBA, give them all the advice in the world, clearly just offering constructive criticism that allows them to improve the way that they officiate games. That will make for a better product for the NBA. And he does not even have the courtesy to respond and write back with any sort of content. And that's unacceptable. All right. There's somebody, a genuine NBA fan out there that is reaching out, desperate just to make the product better. And you ignore him. What is wrong with you? Pull your finger out. You are a massive flog. And I ask the people of the Aussie Suns fans to just get on and tag @Byron Spurl, SPURRELL on Twitter and just write the word flog. That's all. Let's get a campaign going. We can get him trending. Once he understands that he's a flog, he may start to reach out and enjoy, or not enjoy, he may start to reach out and understand the mistakes he's making as part of a significant competition. I'm going to put it up. It's Byron Spruell. There he is. That's his @ on Twitter. Just write that and then write the word flog, and that is it. And let's get this trending.
Well, while we're talking about flogging, I just got to be an absolute fucking child. And I think, boys, you might appreciate this. So we look at some of the phrases that have been said over and over and over in this episode, and you run 4 of them together, pull your finger out, penetrate the gaps, and reach around.
I do.
Why the fuck you listen to this shit?
I appreciate you, Nate, taking our professional podcast into the gutters once again, my friend.
An hour and 45 minutes in. You got all that.
No, that's true. Boyd, Dylan said to tell you no to the trade you proposed on fantasy. Everybody, the watch parties, 2nd of December, Sporting Globe Richmond. Make sure you get there, 12 p.m. start. Suns versus the Nuggets. We're hooking up with the Suns. We're going to try and get some in-arena stuff going on, maybe some live crosses. Who knows? I'm working with them at the moment to work that out. But we'll have giveaways. We'll have everything else. It's exciting times. The Sporting Globe's working with us to create some additional benefits for the people who show up and are a part of this party. It should be great. If you're in Melbourne, you're around Melbourne, you're in Victoria, lock that Saturday aside. Come down. Support the Suns and support us and enjoy a fantastic day. Stick around after the game and you can watch Boyd and Ash run head-to-head over 50 metres and see who hits the deck. It's almost
Fucking
a
hell.
certainty that it's going to be Boyd. Almost a certainty.
Kidding me.
But ultimately, gentlemen,
You didn't give us a sign off. You didn't give us a sign off yet.
I'm not finished. No, Jesus.
When you start like this, it usually ends pretty quick.
Where can we find you? Last comments. All that. When I start like this, it ends quickly. You sound like my wife.
the fucking spiders part.
Boyd. Boyd, where do we find you?
Mate, you can find me at Goods83 on the Twitter, on that one. Boyd Crawley on the Facebook. You can find me on a mystery platform at Mudguts. And guys, just tagging on to the watch party shit. I am fucking going to clean Ash up. He's not getting there until 7 p.m. I'm going to have a skin full of piss, and I'm going to fucking he's not going to know what fucking hit him. 50 meters. I told you, I'll do it on the fucking road. I'll do it anywhere. I'll do it on the bitumen. And, man, there's going to be
Isn't
some
the bitumen and the road the same thing?
Same fucking thing. I'm so excited. But yeah, we're gonna get big old,
if you're in the country, not so much.
and his mate fucking Rob as well. We're gonna be fucking besties. We'll sink some piss afterwards. It's gonna be great fun. And if any of you fucks from the group who are in Melbourne don't fucking show up, don't fucking show your face on the page again. The fuck is. Get there, cunts.
All right.
What a way. I should have finished off with you just for that sign off. Hammo.
Yeah. Please come to the Melbourne watch parties, guys. I'm not going to be as violent and aggressive, but just come on out. It's going to be awesome. I'm coming down. I'm bringing Jay with me. Bring another fella or two. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, at Sir Hammo on Twitter, guys. And yeah, Jake, like Nate said it best, mate. We love you. Can't wait to see you again, buddy.
No.
Well, what are we? We're 3 weeks out from the first watch party. And what we told everyone to do on the last pod was watch this pod for a code word, which we haven't given them. And that's what we call a bit of a cock tease. So now you've got to watch again next week and hope that we actually drop it next week. But look, you're 3 weeks away. We've got to do this in the next 3 weeks. So at least one of the next two
the
pods.
code word.
Yeah, getting a code word.
The code word will drop definitely in one of the next two pods.
Exactly.
And
thank you for listening this far into this pod, hoping you were going to hear it.
Before you go, like live on this, we might even make the code word like mammograph.
Because Boyd has no fucking idea what a medical scan is.
No. Yeah, finish off, Nate.
I'm kind of interested how quickly he figures out what like a mammogram is. Like, just fucking... Oh,
mammograph.
And Nicky's fucking on fucking X, Twitter, whatever the fuck they call it now. I don't care. Say good day. Let's just fucking make it interesting. Thanks for listening.
Follow, like, subscribe at Aussie Suns Fans on Twitter, at Aussie Suns Fans on YouTube. If you haven't hit like, if you haven't hit subscribe, you're a piece of shit and nobody likes you. And you're an outcast and even less people like you. All you have to do is hit like. It takes 1 second to hit the goddamn thing. Please hit it. Please. Otherwise, Boyd's going to run at you with a rugby tackle. Hit like, hit subscribe. Make sure you follow us. Next week's pod, we'll have the code word. We've got the watch party coming up. It's going to be huge. The watch party is going to be huge. We're all going to be, all of us four are going to be there. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have everything else there. It is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And if you are lucky enough, I don't know whether it's if you're lucky enough or not, but if you're lucky enough, you might get to see this.
Frank.
Guys, we're not here to fuck spiders.
No, we're
Have a
not.
good night.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. P-H-O-E-N-I-X. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a